Right.
Okay, so now we're live. Oh, Sue's here already too.
Good.
Okay, so what you can do is you can you all see on the right hand side of your screen? Do you have an option to press on comments over there or no?
I do.
Yeah. So if you press there, you can see all the comments, and you'll see the first one here is by Ken Cheung, which is one of my friends. So he commented on Facebook. It brings in his name, his profile picture, and his comment. Doesn't look like anything to me. That's because he commented before we went live.
So can I do that as well, Matt?
I think so. Try on Sue's comment there. Try clicking on her comment.
Okay. I see it. I just can't click on it.
It may be a permissions issue, so I'd have to look into that.
Okay.
But yeah, so you see.
Respond to her? Can you?
I can respond to her. So do you guys have at the bottom of the comments column, there should be a little box. Do you see that down there? Do you have that?
I don't have that.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is it red?
Matt, earlier when I was on private chat, I was able to make a comment. But now that I'm on live chat, I'm not making a comment.
Okay. So I'll need to look into that and see if it's a permissions thing, if I can bring you in as some sort of admins. But you see, I just did a comment, and you can choose whether it goes to just Facebook or to YouTube or to both simultaneously. So you can write the same thing and it goes to both. What's great is because it brings all the comments from wherever you're broadcasting, you can bring Facebook and YouTube kind of simultaneously. So Sue says, I'm on a computer with no camera or mic, just watching and listening, which is actually great, which is what most of our audience would be doing, right? Sue, you can see my comment on YouTube, can you not? The one that says, hey, everyone, we're just running a test.
Or
the other thing...
Are you on Facebook?
She's on YouTube. I don't know if she's also on Facebook. The other thing just to know is there's it's probably around a 30-second lag. So it's not exactly live. So if we ask a question to the audience and people don't respond right away, it's because they haven't heard it yet, usually. So which might be a little tricky as we're announcing winners and things like that. We might want to build some space for when people start saying congratulations and that sort of thing. The other thing is we have 7 people watching us live right now.
Hello.
Yeah, so Sue says she can see us and she's on Facebook. And Ken says, I'm your friend? Come on, Ken. You know we're friends. Look at his kids. Aren't they cute? Those are your kids, right, Ken?
Adorable. So, Matt, I'm on the Facebook page, and I don't see, because I was going to try and comment from there, but I don't see our feed. Is it just the General Oregon?
So I had to put it on my personal.
Oh, it's your personal. Okay, I'll go over it.
Because I asked for the wrong permissions for me to be able to use the OCW. See, people are watching. Kaitlyn here says it's entertaining. Hi, Kaitlyn. I'm introducing them to StreamYard. We're talking about using it for an awards ceremony for Christian literature. So, and see, my daughter has come in here. She's helping us out.
Those are awesome.
Hello, Kaitlyn. Thank you for saying that we're entertaining. Now that we know you're watching, we're really going to be fun.
Well, our crowd is dropping now that they see what we're doing, which is fun. We'll get people kind of jumping in and out as they're checking what we're doing. But you can see on Facebook, we've gotten 4 likes just from sitting here chatting with each other, which is great.
Yeah, I think one of those is Lindy.
Yeah, I'm sure. And here's Melanie. She says, here's my test from Matt's page.
Well, mine only showed up on the private chat, Melanie.
So she went to Facebook to make that comment.
Okay.
I went to Matt's author page.
So the private chat is still there. But the private chat is just for anyone on this conversation.
On our side.
Yep. So if you wanted to, let's say I needed to tell Melanie something and I didn't want to text her or say it out loud for our audience, I could text her, or I could send her a private chat. So, okay, let me try with 4 of us on here, bringing in the PowerPoint and see what oh, we already did that. Yeah, just puts us to the side. Now, obviously the comment is now in the way and we can't, there we go. Now we can see everybody again. We could have someone, if we needed to, running the PowerPoint and in this with us, or we could do it also, depending on what we're willing for it to look like. I need to experiment and see if I can get it to actually play the problem. It's probably because I don't have 2. Oh, my rabbit wants to say hello, or rather, my daughter wants my rabbit to say hello. Here he comes.
Hi.
There he is. That's my daughter, Allie, and our bunny, Bruce.
Is Bruce going to make an appearance on the show?
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Oh, look. Melanie, you have a fan. Kaitlyn says, I love Melanie Dobson. Catching the Wind is my favorite.
Oh, thank you, Kaitlyn.
Hey, Kaitlyn, not to brag or anything, but my family's going to go hang out at Melanie's house and have a socially distant barbecue.
That's true.
We're very excited. So, oh, now I'm holding him. This rabbit, he weighs about 10 pounds. He's quite large. So what else? Oh, so I was showing Lindy this before we started. So you can do things like overlays, which is you can put things on the screen that everything else is transparent. So you just see the picture or the website that you want. You can put logos up that just kind of go in the corner. They're much smaller, right? You can make sort of announcement slides that take the whole screen like that. So people can still hear us but not see us, obviously. You can also do what they call banners, which is like that. It'll move us out of the way to put little comments, and you can write them all ahead of time so that they're all available and you just click. So you can switch through them pretty quickly and easily.
I like that for the winners. Maybe. It's kind of cool.
You can even, let me see. Let me write one real quick here. You can do things like this as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Like I like that. It's like a news feed.
Yeah, and you can write them up ahead of time. You can't do much with these specific ones, the banners. You can't do much to change their size. You can change the color and the fonts in the settings. So there's like a brand setting where we could make everything. You have to make it ahead of time, but you can make everything match. Actually, I wonder if I can probably change the color right here. Just a sec. What do we want? What color would you like to see?
We're very we love green. So
green. Okay.
Yeah, OCW is very good.
There you go.
Nice.
So you can do things like that. You can change it apparently while you're going, which I did not know. Or you can plan ahead and you can actually pick. So there's a HTML color picker on here, so you can get the exact shade you want if you want it to match your branding, which is pretty easy. And you can change the theme even where you just have a touch of color and then it's gray background. So some of that's just deciding what you want, I would say. And then what was let's see. Well, we already looked at comments. So you can change what the comments look like a little bit too. So here's Tim saying the bunny is cute. Thanks, Tim.
He's right.
And and then I can actually change that to what we had before, which is kind of the bigger thing there. And you can see the color is green now. So a lot of this is decisions. What do you want?
Marilyn,
And the other thing, I showed Lindy this, but you can also do more like this where you still see a little bit. You can make these different sizes, these overlays. So you can fill the whole screen or a part of the screen, or it gets a little tricky when you're trying to get the exact size over. So we'd have to mess around with it a little bit. And then, of course, you can just click on things to get them to go away, too.
So when we do the PowerPoint, do you think it should be the entire screen like that and just hear our audio? I kind of like that.
So I think that's a question. What I haven't figured out is I need to mess with it to see if, so the way we could easily do that would be to make the PowerPoint a series of the correct size of JPEGs, just photo files. Mm-hmm. And then we can put it in as an overlay, which is what this thing right here is, the crescent stone thing. And if it's an overlay, then we just click on it and it comes and goes. And you can see, again, I'll need to look at admin thing, but there's if you're an admin, apparently, you can see a list of all the overlays and you choose the one you want and click on it. So you shouldn't get the mistaken, like, I accidentally showed the winner when I didn't mean to. Like, you can see what it is before you put it up.
I mean, it's been done before, right?
I mean, the chances of some sort of mess up like that on something like this is relatively high, but let's do our best to avoid it.
Absolutely.
One conversation we had before you came on, Melanie and Marilyn, was when he showed me the screen with the PowerPoint slides. He was saying, well, maybe we probably don't want the framing of the computer. And I said, well, I actually kind of think it looks, I mean, it's real. This is, everyone's used to looking at a computer. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. What would be the alternative? If it's difficult to get rid of that, it doesn't bother me. What do you think, Marilyn?
Well, I'm just grateful we even have that much. So it doesn't bother me.
I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I think it looks like it's something hot off the press, something happening. So, what do you think, Melanie?
Well, I prefer it without, because just having the full slide if possible, but that's just my preference, if that's easy to do.
Do you mean
I prefer just the slide itself.
Like more like this.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's easy to do.
Yeah.
Is it easy to do?
The easiest way would be to take the slides and I can send you the slides. They have to be, but to take the slides and make them picture files. So JPEGs, right? We wouldn't. So I know there's 148 slides on here. We wouldn't need 148, right? Because a bunch of them are repeats of this slide, the main slide. And so we would just need one picture of that. But any unique slide, we would have to have a separate picture for it.
That's why I said before, to me, if you consider taking each one of those, and the spacers really are kind of important, because you'll see, for instance, when you're coming to the end of the finalists and you're beginning with the winners, and also you need that little stop.
We could, I guess what I'm saying is we don't need to make 40 copies of that stop, because the way it would work for us is that we would just see a list of all of them on the side, so we could just click back to that one whenever that one needs to be up.
Yeah. So would I have access to that as well, Matt? Would I be some sort of admin so I can help click on those?
Yeah, so I need to look at that and see if that's the issue. I wasn't sure because I've never actually done it where multiple people were hosting. Yeah. So I need to look at that and see. Actually, I wonder. let me look right now. You can talk amongst yourselves and give me just a second, and let me see if I can do that or not.
That would be great. So Lindy and Marilyn, just from a visual point of view, because I've never co-hosted something like this either on a Zoom kind of thing. Is it better for me just to look straight at the camera, or should I be looking at Matt as we go back and forth? There's me looking at the camera.
I think eye contact with the audience is great.
Okay. Does that look like eye contact with the audience?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
And Cindy's right. Eye contact is very important.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And can you hear me okay? We talked about the microphone issue, and I actually just got a new computer that's supposed to have a really good microphone.
It does.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
I think it would be something kind of funny though, where you're handing him a certificate and
That's a wonderful idea.
There's a TikTok thing like that. Have you seen? I don't know if you guys are on TikTok. I have two, so they're on TikTok. But it's something the teachers send out where they're like passing things to the next teacher, and then the teacher they pass it, and then it changes to something else. It's super cute.
You know what it might be is I might have to give you the access information to my StreamYard account. I'm not positive. Let me look, because if we can't do that, that would be something worth knowing.
Yeah.
For sure. Because it would be good for both of us to have equal access to all of that. So I'll need to do, I mean, it might take me a few minutes of research to figure that out.
Okay.
And I missed showing you this. Sue agrees with Melanie. So I think about the PowerPoint. Oh yeah, it is about the PowerPoint. Yeah. So we can mess around with that and see if we can get that fixed correctly. We can, just FYI, as we're bringing guests in and things, we can choose, like we can emphasize one person. We can remove and add different people. And when you first signed in, you noticed you weren't like in the show yet. There's sort of like a waiting room, and there can be up to 10 people total in the waiting room, and 6 people total on the screen. So we can, in fact, I can, let's see. Well, Melanie, I'm going to pop you out of the thing for a second, and I'll bring you back in. So see, Melanie, we can't hear her now. I'm sure she's saying something. But yeah, then we can just bring her right back in. It's just a click.
You
so it's pretty.
I was screaming.
No, nothing. What is great, when we get someone who signs into the waiting room, you'll get a little ding that lets, it's not broadcast, but you can hear it if you're already online. That lets you know that someone is waiting. So like Marilyn, when you first came in, I actually didn't see you because of the size of my screen. You were down a level. So I had to scroll down to see it. Let's see. Sue wants to know, could we make a file of finalists and a separate file of the winners to avoid possibly showing the winners before their time? Yeah, I think that's one of the questions we have to figure out, is the best way to bring those in. Now, a possibility is that we could have someone signed in, sharing their screen with the different pictures. So they would take up one of these slots essentially with their share screen, I think. Would that work? Oh, the other thing we can try is you can share a Chrome tab. So it's possible, and I haven't tried this yet, it is possible that you can do PowerPoint online, maybe, so that it's not taking up a full screen on your computer, and you can click over to you can have it playing on the tab. So I need to mess with that and see if that's true. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's the basics. If you all feel good about StreamYard, I'll try to figure out if I can fix the issues we have. If you feel good, like if we can fix the issues, I'll still try to figure out if we can fix the issues. If you're like, this is great, but we prefer Zoom, that is fine. and let's do that. So, and you may need some time to talk about it and think about it. Also fine.
Melanie, no, originally you recommended Zoom. You were just more familiar with it.
Yeah, I mean, the advantage of Zoom is that PowerPoint portion would be fairly easy. You just bring in the PowerPoint and just look down the view and share your screen, so you can see it really easily.
Yeah.
So I think that would be one advantage of Zoom, but the downside is you can't, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but I don't think you can simulcast it on Facebook and YouTube and bringing over the comments like that. I really like being able to press on a comment and having it appear at the bottom. I think is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna. I think we've done what we need to as far as the comments. So I'm gonna end the broadcast, which just means we'll lose Sue. Sue, if you want to come into this with us, you can just go on the link. Lindy, did we send that to Sue?
I gave it to her. Yeah.
Yeah. So click on the StreamYard link, and you can join us in here. But then our audience at home doesn't have to watch us. So thanks everybody for your comments. Kaitlyn, Ken.
See you on August 19th.
Yeah, August 19th. You'll see it in